Hello lovely people. I apologise in advance. If I clear my throat a lot, I'll try and edit it out. It seems as though the fragrances have got to me already, which is a pain in the ass because I've only been down here for 2 soaps and I've got another one to do. There is a little something floating around in this soap. What it is, if you spot it, the palm oil often comes with like little bits of, I assume, shell in them, and that's what that is. I have tried to catch it, but every time I see it, it just goes away too quick. It's only tiny, and it's like I said, it's a piece of palm shell, I assume, but because it was in the palm, so. But anyway, so everything is in here, ready to go. I am just mixing the lye in by hand, and then I'm going to give it a whiz. This one is a pretty simple soap, I think. I'm just going to not tell you because I'll just show you. The fragrance is, what did I remember? Makassar, Ebony and Peach, which I love. It's a very nice fragrance. Probably going to need 2 spatulas. I'm going to give this a scrape down because there's still some oils up on the sides. We want to get those incorporated. I mean, it wouldn't matter if they weren't incorporated now, because as the soap goes through saponification, if it does have a little bit of free floating oil in it, it will absorb it. That look. Got it! Yay! But yeah, I mean, it's best to be safe when you're making sure that all your oils are incorporated. It was probably that Japanese honeysuckle because it's just disgusting shit. And I hate it. I hate the smell of it, and it sets me off every time. Okay. So I'm going to split this off into 2 jugs. I just want a little bit in each jug. Do I? I want enough? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not entirely convinced that this is going to work, because I don't know if this sets up overly fast or not. I'll just put that on the bench, make a mess. Let me have a look. Makassar, Ebony and Peach behaves. It says it behaves. Okay. I'll do it all off camera because, you know, why would I want to film anything when I have a YouTube channel? Alright, what I'm going to do, that's going to be my darker pink. It's not going to be enough. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I want to put titanium dioxide in this. And I want a lighter pink, so I'll do that first and I'll pour that one off. Makes perfect sense. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Oh dear. Hockey docky. So assuming this actually does behave, I won't need this stick blender again for the white, but I will need it for the pinks. I'll just get this all incorporated. First I'm going to clean up that because it's annoying me. It's so stupid. I'm like the messiest person. Honestly, I'm one of these people that if something doesn't have a place, I'll just put it anywhere. I'm pretty good. If something's organised and it has a place, things will usually always go back in their place, but because I have so many things, they don't usually have a place to go back into. Now, which is my pouring... This be my pouring corner. Now, I want to make sure... I hate fruit flies. One of the first signs of decomposition, apparently. There you go. The more you know. Dun, 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 dun. Oh dear. Alright. So, we are going to put, I'm using Cerise, which is a My Mica Obsession that you can get, My Mica Obsession mica that you can get from Heirloom Body Care. So I've put a shit ton in there, and then I'm just going to put just not a whole ton in here, and this also has titanium dioxide in it. So basically I want a light pink and a dark pink. That's it, nothing fancy. Light pink, dark pink, and that actually worked quite well, except that looks like pigskin, but whatever. I always think pink looks like pigskin, so there you have it. Now, probably some fragrance. This is where things will go wrong. And do a little bit in there and a little bit in there. And on my notes say that this behaves. So let's see how right I am. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, well my notes are right so far. Okay. Oh. No, they're bubbles. I thought that was rice, but it's just bubbles. It's surprisingly not bubbly too, for change. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to pour the light pink into the dark pink here. And I'm going to pour it all in there. Because I don't need any for the top, because some will be on the top. This will make sense as I'm doing it. I'm keeping you all in suspense, instead of explaining everything at the start. Which I always think is kind of amusing, because you're going to do it anyway, so why explain it at the start? Just do it. Which, I mean, I'm as guilty of it as anybody else. Now, I'm not going to mix that with the spatula, but I am going to mix it a little bit with that thing, which name escapes me. Chopstick, there you go. Alright. So, I'm going to pour half of this in here. Just like that. And what I should have done, if I had half a brain, was kept back some of the pale pink to pour into this. But it doesn't matter. All that means is that the bottom layer and the top layer of in the pot swirl will be slightly different. Sorry, trying to talk around a hiccup. I just had some crumpets. That was my breakfast. Breakfast at 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get up until 12 o'clock, so there you go. And mind you, I didn't go to bed until, oh no, I went to bed at 3 AM, I think. It's having a bad night. I haven't been having lots of bad nights just because sinus is a thing at the moment. It's just, I don't know, because it started to get cold. I don't know. And I've been doing lots of moving furniture and vacuuming, and I think it's just dust and cold. And how solid is that? That's not very solid at all. Okay, so again, what I might do, I can kind of get in there. Don't think it's going to make much difference, but I'm just going to rough it up a little bit. I get my leather jacket out and my chains and rough it up a little bit. Yes, I know I'm an idiot. I'm well aware of this. This is not news to me. I'm going to pour onto the spatula because that is so loose. And we'll see if we can get it to not dig into it too much. And that other container is now in the way. So I will move that and then do a spinny. That's a nice little shout out to Aussie Man. It's one of my favourite channels on YouTube is Aussie Man. I watch a surprising amount of comedy channels. I suppose it's not surprising really. Who doesn't love comedy? I was just watching the Russell Howard Hour. Is that what it's called? I don't know. He's freaking funny. He's British and hilarious. I'm not saying that British people are generally not hilarious, because generally they are. I find British people to be a lot funnier than a lot of other nationalities, because they're very dry and more likely to have politically incorrect jokes and humour. The Brits are less inclined to pull punches. Like, I mean, I was just going to mention Trevor Noah, who is not British, he's South African. But I just watched him make a joke about Jeffrey Epstein in front of a bunch of political people. So, you know, that was pretty good. They didn't seem particularly happy about that. I think the joke was something along the lines of, it was nice to be in a room full of people who knew or had associated with Jeffrey Epstein or something, and that just did not go down well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ricky Gervais. I have been for a long time. I like his humour. I also like his opinions on religion, and amongst other things. But yeah, he's pretty funny. And he doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks, and I love that. Because, you know, I feel like that's just me. just me. Alright. So, I don't think there's any point trying to... there's not really much movement going on in this, so... That was pretty though. Alright, so this is set up a little bit, so I am going to have to just... Jesus, yeah, okay. Well, this is what I was a bit worried about, but there's very little I can do about it. It's just going to have to look like it looks like. It won't be the same as the bottom. Oh, there was a lot of light still in that, actually. But yeah, at least the main thing that I was trying to achieve was a big white gap between the top and the bottom colours, which I have achieved. So, albeit not real prettily, but I have achieved it nonetheless. We can do something with this top, I feel. Of course we can. What we're going to do, first of all, editingly, you need to cut that shit out. Oh, shh. The microphone stand has springs on it, and they just make the weirdest noises. Alright, what can we do on this top? What did we do on that other one? We did that, so let's do... It's a little bit icky for this, I think. Oh no, this looks alright. It is a bit thick. Just a little bit thick. And I'll put that on that. And then that way we can just swirl that in, make it look a little pretty. There you go. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's alright. It would have been nicer if it had come out like I had envisioned it, but it's all good. We're going to do a shimmer on this, I think, because I think that will work best. Actually, I have this pink in a puffer bottle. Just going to just like really lightly dust it and see how it looks. Might just make it just like a little bit darker on top if I don't go too overboard, because you'll have a habit of that. It's coming out, it's just not coming out very fast. Just trying to darken it up a smidge, and then I'll put some of the shimmer on top. Oh, these bottles are so hard to do. They're not good for my hands. Oh dear. Yeah, so it really didn't, I don't think it really did anything at all. I'll do this from that direction. And then we'll do this from that direction, so we get coverage in both directions. Glitter lung, and that looks pretty. Did I mention that that was cerise? I did, I'm pretty sure. Cerise from my Micro Obsession, which is from Heirloom now. And yeah, that's a really ugly pink, but I'm pretty sure that it will come up really nice when it's done, so I'm not stressing about it. I mean, I'm looking at the pink on the spatula here, and it's almost exactly the same as the pink on the spatula, so, and I really like this colour on this spatula, so I can't have done too bad a job. Yeah, look at, I mean, look at the pale pink on the spatula, it looks basically the same. So let's pretend I did a good job. Let's just pretend. Let's all just pretend. Alright, I'll see you in a minute for the cutting. Ta-da! Hello! Trying to get this stupid thing to focus where it's supposed to focus. Just push this over her a bit. Okay, so I think this was the Makassar Ebony and Peach, yeah? Wow, that's very straight. Was not supposed to be very straight. It's beautiful though. It's got some beautiful swirls in it. Holy cow. Well, so far I am super duper pleased with these. Oh, here we go. Now we've got some movement, and we've got this little, looks like a little wave. Looks like I used the wave shaper. Oh dear. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I like that. It's, I mean, clearly I needed more of this too, but it's fine. I'm not going to have to look at it. I had to do my friggin' head if it was in the bathroom. Definitely looks like I've used the wave shape up here. I like, I very much like it. This Makassar Ebony and Peaches, I think, or Pineapple and Pink Berries. No, this is Makassar Ebony and Peach. The next one is Pineapple and Pink Berries. This is one of these smells that I really, really like, but it makes me sick. So there's something in this one that does my head in. Bubble holes. What a surprise! In my soap? Well, I never. No, I never not do that. Double negatives. Woohoo! This is forced happiness right now. Just so you know. Just, you know, because I can't pretend. Oh, it's just everything. I'm just over it all. Honestly, if I find mould on one more thing, if I find mould on my clothes, I won't know what to do, because I cannot afford to replace my clothes. More bubble holes. Oh, that's in the top because it went thicker, didn't it? So that's fairly understandable. But yeah, I really like that. There's a lot of movement in it. I really like the movement at the bottom. What was that in the pot swirl? It was, wasn't it, with the two pinks? And no pink skin. Quite happy with that. Very good. Alrighty, one more soap to cut and then a soap to make. Yeah.